Hello and welcome, my Sagittarius friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group monthly forecast for my Sagittarius friends. Today we're going to explore what you can expect from the month of January. We'll look at those obstacles, and more importantly, we'll look at how to overcome those obstacles, and we can look at the blessings that you can embrace throughout the month. The decks I'm using for this reading, I'm going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Dragon Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go out and check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Sagittarius friends, let's see what the cards have to say. What can my Sagittarius friends expect from the month of January? We're getting cards flipping now. There we go. Okay. So the first card that jumped out, the Pink Rose Dragon, or the Rose Pink Dragon. Prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. January is going to give you that opportunity to help unclog your chakras and really start to work with and embrace that universal energy so that you can heal yourself on many different levels and get that energy flowing without too much challenge. With it came the Water Dragon. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. So he's going to help a little bit with some of those blockages I just talked about, but he's also going to help you with that emotional regulation, helping you be able to flow more with what's happening and being able to overcome and foresee some of those challenges. And the final jumper, the Silver Dragon, illuminates your potential with higher light. And that's where we're going. We need to really do some emotional checking, but that healing and guidance is what the dragons are really focusing on, my Sagittarius friends. Let's get going on this. What card symbolizes January for my Sagittarius friends? There it is. Couldn't figure out which one they wanted. Finally hit the table. Alright, the first one. The Three of Swords. That heartache and pain. Threes are about expression and growth. We could grow tremendously from some of those past experiences, those pains. However, we can't overcome the sadness and all those emotions that we've attached to those situations. Some of the dragons are going to help us with that. The Rose Pink Dragon and also that Green Dragon, that Water Dragon. They'll be able to help us kind of overcome and heal that area. The King of Wands. The King of Wands, kings have that fully developed personality. They have the most control and ability over their suit. And that's all about that courage and determination. And we're really going to need it when we're starting to look at building that foundation and clearing ourselves out. There's a lot that's going to be happening in 2020. We're starting to see those little shifts happening because in 2030, the early 2030s, we're looking at a major shift in the vibration. We're going to, as a species and as a plane, we're going to have a vibrational shift upwards. So we're starting to see that basis being formed. We're starting to see the very beginning structures of what we're going to need to do for ourselves so that we are able to prepare for this new higher vibrational environment. That Rose Pink Dragon is just the start. The King of Wands gives us that courage to face these new changes and start these little shifts that we need to start working on right now. I pretty much said that already. Sorry. I get excited and I start just downloading that information, and that's what we're looking at. That Three of Wands. Really getting going on our path and our task at hand no matter how long, because it wraps around and it comes up into here, how long that path is. We've got lots of work to do in the next decade, and we need to start working on it now. Now we do have double threes there, and when you have multiple threes, the angels are telling you that something close to your heart needs to be expressed. All right, let's go into the month a little bit more. And I have a jumper already. What can my Sagittarius friends expect for the beginning of January? Okay, we've got a number of jumpers. The Four of Pentacles. Fours are a foundational number, Pentacles about growth and abundance. We're starting on day one, like I said, we're starting to build that foundation. That importance of being grounded and centered is paramount throughout January and throughout these next pieces as we're starting to build this structure that we need. This foundation and platform is really important in what we're going to do on that next level. That silver dragon is really going to help highlight and illuminate this path that we need to take. The High Priestess, the second card in the Major Arcana, and she talks about that connection to the higher sources, to the universe, and she carries that universal wisdom. She's a gatekeeper. She is willing to work with us to make things happen. She also offers us the opportunity to start to rediscover aspects of ourselves that we have lost or forgotten. And those aspects are going to be important, especially as time unfolds and we get further down that path, because those skills and abilities are going to be needed. So knowing about them and starting to nurture them is going to be key. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about that knowledge. She's looking to work with the High Priestess to find out about those hidden and missing aspects of ourselves so that we can start to really fortify and strengthen our abilities with them. Let's look at the middle of January. What does the middle of January bring, my Sagittarius friends? The Seven of Pentacles. It's the hard-working card, if you will, or one of them. There's a number of them in the Pentacle family. So the original card has that Pamela Coleman Smith drew. There's a man, he's resting on a shovel, and there's this bush that has grown in this barren wasteland, and there's these beautiful pentacles. He's worked his hiney off. The more work we put in it, the more we're connected in, the more supports we gain, the stronger we're going to feel, and the more our bush will have those pentacles. Let's look at the end of the month. What does the end of January offer my Sagittarius friends? The Knight of Wands. Knights are that go big or go home attitude. Do it right, don't fear, got action and determination. The beginning is going to give you a lot of ideas, a lot of knowledge. The middle part, we're looking at starting to work on those skills, starting to overcome things, starting to really take on that Three of Swords. The Knight is ready to roll down that path. He's ready to listen to his dad and go. Action is needed. Okay, let's look at the obstacles. What is the overall obstacle that my Sagittarius friends are going to face in January? The Chariot, the seventh card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about that sheer willpower and determination. The Chariot also talks about balance and using our willpower to push us forward and not being afraid of that next obstacle. We're going to have two conflicting energies. One, this Three of Swords that's really going to hold us back and anchor us in place. And we're going to have that movement of the Chariot that's really going to want to get us going. It doesn't matter if we're nailed to the cross here. We have to go. So that movement and desire to conquer that next village is really going to be fierce. We have the Three of Wands pointing us in the right direction and is getting ready to go. The Chariot is all over that. Very much so with the Knight of Wands. We're not ready. Possibly near the end of the month you might be, but especially in the beginning, we're really going to struggle with that. Now we do have double sevens, Seven of Pentacles in the Chariot. In angel messages, the number 7 is actually a spirit number. It's telling you you're on the right path and that you need to keep going. It's not time to give up. Let's look at the challenges for the beginning of the month. What challenges will my Sagittarius friends face at the beginning, there it is, of January? Knew there was one more. One is the Queen of Wands. That passion center is going to try and trump your knowledge center. You're going to really want to connect into those emotions and those feelings and work on that passion center rather than the knowledge that we need. Passion's going to come into play, especially at the end of the month, but in the beginning, it's going to be really focusing in on that knowledge aspect. The Eight of Wands really highly connects into the Chariot because the Queen is going to steer that team and go. Eights are about movement and manifestation. Wands, that passion and creativity, that inner drive. We're going to take a little bit of knowledge from the Queen and the High Priestess, and we're going to want to go on it because, oh, that's good. We really could use that. However, it's staying steady, grounding yourself, and receiving all the knowledge. Getting going too quickly will actually slow your progress and your momentum down. Let's look at the middle of the month. What challenges do my Sagittarius friends face in the middle of January? The Ten of Pentacles. This is a family card. There's a couple of them. The Ten of Pentacles is one of them. What's going to really challenge us in the middle of the month is going to be the demands and needs of our family. Balancing this out. We can't focus solely on our spiritual development and journey. That's going to really cause more emotional pain because we're not focusing on our physical needs. It's a balancing act. So it's balancing the needs of our families versus ourselves. Then we have to balance the needs of ourselves within our spiritual and physical world. So it's really going to be a balancing act of how do we deal with all these aspects. And that's another piece of what the water dragon's going to help us overcome. Let's look at the middle of the month. The end of the month. What does the end of the month? What challenges does that bring my Sagittarius friends? The Nine of Cups. Nines are about all that you've achieved in your life. Cups are about that intuition and emotion. The Nine of Cups talks about all that abundance in our lives. And it's going to be that abundance in our life that's going to cause us to not want to go. Finally, at the end, because we've got the Chariot and the Queen and the Eight, and they're really going to want us to go, really want us to go. And then at the end of the month, you're going to go, yeah, I'm good. I need to focus in on all this abundance. Look at all I have. Why would I want to leave it? Your ego's going to throw that kind of little bit of a hurdle in the face of the knight that he's going to have to kind of overcome. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Sagittarius friends embrace in the beginning of January? So I had a couple jumpers. The first one, the green gold dragon, brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Connecting in, so you have better connection into what the high priestess is trying to tell you. He's going to help clear out things so we don't have so much uncertainty and questioning, helping with that foundation piece, because there is much we need to do. We need to clear out this haze and get our heinies moving. However, we can't do that too quickly. We have to get that foundation and the knowledge first. And with him, Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Brings a lot more than just purification, because Archangel Gabriel is just more than purification. But the Archangel Gabriel's dragon will help you with that connection and really tapping in and working with that high priestess to fortify and strengthen your connection with that higher vibrational beings and with the information of the universe. Let's look at the middle of the month. What does the middle of January, what blessings can my Sagittarius friends embrace? The gold-orange dragon, expand your light for ascension. Really embracing that Seven of Pentacles work ethic, getting down and really making those preparations so that you can make these connections that we're finding out so much about at the beginning of January. And then the last part of January, what blessings can my Sagittarius friends embrace at the end of January? The Earth Dragon clears your path and the land around you. He does more than that, of course. Anytime you have those little blurbs, you take it with a grain of salt because it's usually part of what they do. Earth Dragons are about that grounding and support, and that's very much what we're going to need as we're starting to work on these astral and spiritual planes. That Earth Dragon will really help bring us down and stabilize us. Connects into that Four of Pentacles really well, because some of this stuff can make us feel dizzy and can really kind of turn the tummy a little bit, because we are dealing with that high vibrational, that crown chakra. Now I'm going to add a little note. There's not a lot of knowledge readily out there. More and more is coming out now about the dragons. The dragons are high vibrational beings that left Earth area in our connection. Well, sorry, the majority of them left. There's a few that stayed behind and were connected in and were working with us. However, humans needed to raise their vibration to a point that they were ready for the work the dragons can help them out with. The dragons are back. We are ready. So they're back in droves. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions that, and I hear this a lot, and it kind of makes me cringe a bit, because people will say things like, oh, well, I have the dragon on my earth or my animal totem, or it's my spirit animal or my power animal. They're not animals. They're high vibrational beings. It's just like saying Archangel Michael is on my animal totem because I want his strength and courage. We don't do that. That's disrespectful. We do have dragons as a spirit guide, so people saying that it's a spirit animal is partially correct. We are kind of adopted and claimed by certain dragons who will work with us. It's not that they are ours, it's the other way around. We are theirs. So when people say that, it does kind of make me cringe a little bit, because these powerful and amazing high vibrational beings are being compared to a wolf. And let me be honest, that wolf energy is amazing. Is it anywhere near the caliber of a dragon? No, absolutely not. Because they have that high vibrational being. The same is said about the unicorns as well. That too, they are high vibrational beings. Now we do have dragons. It's not the same type of dragon. on Earth, like the Komodo dragon or the bearded dragon. Those can be power animals. Those can be on your totem. These type of dragons are high vibrational beings. We can call on them. They're bound by universal law. We have to ask them to step in for our greater good. So the important piece is to know that they are a high vibrational being. And please, if they are part of your totem, maybe remove them a little bit, and we can have, like, and I have them, there's beautiful sculptures and pieces of dragon. It's not that they're part of a totem or a part of that aspect. It's to pay respect and gratitude towards them as a collective. And also, so that you know, these are groups of dragons. There's more than one earth dragon. You can call on an earth dragon, and someone down the street, the pizza delivery guy, can all call on an earth dragon. Different earth dragons will come. These are not omnipresent individuals. They're not like, and there's not a lot like the archangels that are omnipresent and can come in multiple areas. These are very high vibrational beings, similar to angels. They cannot be in multiple places at once, whereas the archangels can. So you call on them as you need them. All right, let's look at some more guidance here. What information and guidance can we support our Sagittarius friends with embracing the energies of January and overcoming the obstacles the month presents? I'm sure that's on camera. Can you see that we're going to get the Fool energy coming in? All right, I'm going to start with that one. This is in no particular order because obviously they all kind of fell out at the same time. But yes, we have the Fool, the 0 card in the major arcana. And it's that leap of faith we're looking at. That energy that we trust in the universe. We know we have those high vibrational beings and they've got our back. With it, jump the 10 of Swords. This connects into the 3 of Swords that we had over here. The 3 of Swords is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be dealing with a lot more removal and clearing of those low vibrational energies in the months to come, knowing that we're going to be carrying some of that stuff with us. However, the sun is rising. We need to be able to still carry on and take those steps in a small, very mindful pace. Removing too many of them can cause more damage than good. We need to heal them as we slowly remove them, and we need to cut the tethers and bonds that bind us to those situations and people and events so that we heal from them. Because we could remove them real quick and then they return very quickly because we haven't severed that connection. The 3 of Cups. Embracing that support and love and nurturing of our community and our friends. And then finally, the 8 of Cups. Kind of a, well, we kind of know this card's, it's kind of a redundant statement, if you will. We know this is an inner journey. We have to go inwards to find those hidden talents and aspects of ourselves. This kind of really just solidifies what we had already assumed. We do have a number of multiples. The 8s, so in angel messages, when you have that multiple 8, they're saying stay true to your passions, that prosperity is coming your way. We add to the 3, so we have the 3 of Cups, we had the 3 of Swords, and I think we had another 3, didn't we? Let me remove all these. Maybe we didn't. Okay, so we have the 3. But the 3, the multiple 3, oh yeah, there's the other 3. The 3 of Wands. That multiple 3 that express something close to our heart needs to be expressed. The multiple 10s, so the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. When we're looking at the multiple 10s, it's a time of personal development and spiritual awakening. All right, let's go on to a blessing. What blessing can my Sagittarius friends embrace in January? The lilac fire dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. This dragon will really help us get into that 3 of Swords and maybe start working on some of that 10 to transmute that lower vibrational energy that we cannot deal with. It just sits on us like some sort of weird goo. It becomes a film and it really bogs us down. That lilac fire dragon, anytime you see a fire within that dragon's name or lava, you're looking at a dragon that is going to be able to clear things out very thoroughly. And that lilac fire is amazing. That loving, healing energy comes through in her fire as well. I want to thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and that you're able to gain some guidance and insight into what January holds for you. If you liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. If you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not just a tarot reader. I bring in that healing and those high vibrational beings. And that's kind of where we're going to head in 2020. This is just the tip of the iceberg for the dragons. We're really going to get into them. I'm going to get into the unicorns and other high vibrational beings. So you really never know where I'm going to go next. The best way to stay connected is through subscribing and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss out on any of the healing and guidance that the high vibrational beings have for you. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And in some of the tiers, those perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Sagittarius friends.